Okay, it started. We're gonna do it. Oh shit. Alright. Hello, everybody. And we're doing it. The podcast.
We're doing it, man.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Wow, and it started. We're
It
off.
started. We're off to a great start.
Yeah, if you're echoing, just mute the stream.
Oh
Just mute the
shit.
stream.
I did too. I muted the stream.
I need to, there we go.
Nah, it's cool though.
Wait.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm an idiot.
I like
Okay,
it.
okay,
I like the
Shut up. Alright.
What
It's
what's
scuffed.
going on
Okay,
there?
it's fine.
There's like a fat ass lag though.
What do you mean?
Well, that's just Twitch. That's just Twitch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But, like,
that's just how it is. I mean, there's gonna be lag. That's how
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
but I like it. It looks very professional.
Thank you. I worked not hard on it at all, but
Right.
all right.
I like that logo, Riley. I like that logo. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty-
I like that.
pretty
What does it stand for, Riley? Tell them what it stands
Oh
for.
yeah, it stands for the Kinsman podcast.
Yeah, it does.
Our
Yeah, it
newly
does.
found podcast that we're probably gonna cancel after this, but that's okay.
Maybe. Depends how this
Maybe.
one goes. All right.
I say if we hit like 5 views.
We already have 3
Five.
because us 3 are in the chat.
Whoa! We need 2 more. That's crazy. Man.
2 more.
Wow, we're
Oh
making
my
it big.
God. So
before you
this
got
is gonna be on Twitch first.
Mm-hmm.
It's always gonna be on Twitch first, and afterwards it's gonna be on my YouTube channel.
Yep.
And possibly on SoundCloud if
Yep.
you wanna do
I'm on
that.
SoundCloud.
Yep.
I
we could do,
said that. I
just
suggested
audio
that earlier.
Dude. Yeah. All right. So I'm Riley. This one on the left is Grant, and on
Yep.
the right's PJ. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. What does that stand
Or
for?
Paul.
Dude, don't expose me like that.
Okay, it's Paul Joseph
Stands for-
Watson. Everybody.
Stands
Oh, no.
for Paul Roberts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The J stands for Roberts.
Yeah, it's silent.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. What's our first topic again, Grant?
Get into it. Yeah.
All right. So,
I'm sorry.
This is so
Our
scuffed.
first
I
topic.
can't believe it.
our first topic, we're going to talk about the weapons of war, that insane like concepts of weapon of war that the government tried to like come up with back in the day. And now they may sound stupid, but we're not going to really debate if it was a good idea or not. We're just going to share our opinions and our views on it. And just like maybe some of you agree, and if you don't, and if anyone's in chat, which most likely they won't be, they can say their opinion and we'll talk about it.
Interesting. All right.
The first topic is in World War II, they came up with this idea that was inspired by a secret agent project that they were actually doing. bomb they tried to come up with, what they named it as the gay bomb. And it was inspired by a real secret operation that they're doing. They had a spy in Germany that was putting hormone pills in Hitler's food to try and make him more friendly, and so then he wouldn't do a lot of drastic things. But it actually counterdicted themselves because the hormones in him made him more upset a lot of times, and that is the reason he made more rash decisions.
Riley
And
looks so
so-
disappointed.
Anyways, continue.
And so we're just going to be talking about our opinions and our thoughts on how the government tried to make a gay bomb. And Riley, you can describe to them what the gay bomb is and what it was.
All right. Google, here we go. Let's see exactly what they say. The
And no
gay
one fact
bomb.
check us.
The gay bomb are and halitosis. What the hell is halitosis?
I don't know.
It's just a technical term for bad breath.
Yep.
Or the halitosis
That
bomb,
halitosis
or
feature.
formal names for two non-lethal psychochemical weapons that a United States Air Force research laboratory speculated about producing. The theories involve discharging female sex pheromones over enemy forces in order to make them sexually attracted to each other.
Big facts. So, but obviously it didn't become an actual thing because it's pretty oh wait,
Stupid.
I can't say
It's
that.
pretty
We're on
stupid.
Stream. Yep. We're actually on stream. We gotta watch our
Word.
language.
Yeah.
Do we?
But
Oh yeah, because I
Can't
don't
say
know,
the F
dog.
word. Alright. So this is so dumb. I don't get it. Alright. So first of all,
but
why?
Yeah, like what made them come up with the idea? It's just like, yeah, let's make this dude gay using a bomb.
Yeah, what's the
No, like,
point? What's the
see,
point
like,
of it again?
what I think is stupid is like, who looked at like a gay couple in public and was like, that would help us with war right there, but not in life. Cause like they hated gays back then.
They
And
still
like
do now.
yeah, which is stupid. But like
Fair point.
who looked at like a gay couple or just a gay person and was like,
Yeah, that
that
happened
would
because
help
of a
us right
bomb.
now. That would help us. That could be a bomb right there. Like they could still like, it's nothing about hormones or nothing like them liking each other. They could still like go around killing each other and everything. Like
I just
it's
feel
just
like it
so
was a silly
stupid.
concept that I don't think they would use nowadays. Even like depending if it was even used back then, but like this idea was just kind of stupid.
It was used in lesser ways.
It's just a stupid concept. Like, okay, so what exactly is the point? It's to make it so they don't focus on the war and they just end up having sex with each other all the time? Is that it?
Yeah.
Let me
Okay.
fuck this
That,
dude.
or
Oh, I gotta
that
watch
they
my
would just be nicer to each other and not be going around killing everybody.
To be nice to each other? What does that mean,
Yeah.
Grant? Alright,
Because
elaborate.
when you read it, they're like, whatever. Continue.
Alright, let's change the topic.
It's just stupid.
It
Okay.
is stupid.
Yeah, let's just change topic. This is so dumb.
Alright.
And editing.
Topic change is another weapon of war that was actually tested. Like, so it wasn't just an idea like the gay bomb. It was actually tested on soldiers, but not as a bomb. But obviously, they would like have, like, they actually had soldiers like test it, and there is a movie about it.
Like a subject or whatever for like
Yeah,
a
like they had
experiment.
multiple subjects that they tested this with.
Right.
So what we're talking about is the drug acid they try to use as a chemical warfare. And so they thought so they could bomb many soldiers and the soldiers would just like be so high that they just sit there and not want to do anything. Kind of like how this society kind of looks at weed. Like when you're a weed, you're just a couch. You're just a potato that doesn't want to do anything. They thought that is what was going to happen to people if they bombed them with acid. But what
I can see that being a thing. Like
Yeah, but like what they discovered with like because it is a hallucinating drug, and they're in a war. Like they're in war. They're on like people shooting at them and everything. So imagine if like you're like how people get like traumatized by war just being there, like PTSD. Imagine being in that situation and then you get put on acid. Like you would be having a huge bad trip. And like if you have a gun in your hand, you're gonna become super dangerous to everybody around you.
Or you're not even capable of even using the gun because you're so out of it. Here's
Yeah,
my thing. Like, here's like I can agree with that. Like, I can think that would be like a possible thing.
right.
But like, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, I guess. But like no, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like they did this with certain subjects, right? They had this subject that they did it, and they saw that it didn't make him just moody. Like he was just like this, like chill all the time. He was actually very like he would get very angry. Like he would have very like random spurts of angriness and just like aggression. And
So
because like in his head, he's just tripping out. Like someone like could be walking into him as like a fucking dragon or some shit. Like I don't know. I wouldn't. I've never tried acid to be honest with you guys, but he could be tripping out and like no one else knows.
Oh my
And
god.
if he has a weapon, he's gonna be dangerous.
nah, here's what I was thinking though. This topic kind of remind me of you've seen Batman Begins and like at the ending, Scarecrow's gas is like released into Gotham and everyone starts like tripping, and, like it gets all chaotic and stuff like that. I could see that, right?
Right.
But I don't like the trauma after, like even after the war, like people are still like suffering from like the trauma of like that happening to them.
Right.
I don't
Riley,
know.
explain to us the movie that was based on this called
Can I give
Jacob's
my
Ladder.
opinion first? Jeez.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, give your opinion, my God.
All
My
right.
bad.
All right. First of all, I think this is like incredibly in an incredibly inefficient way of doing whatever you want to do. In
That
terms of
too.
like just like getting the enemy to like stop fighting or anything like that. Like literally, if you're gonna use chemical warfare, might as well go all out and just like fucking like
Bomb them.
yeah, gas them out and they all just fucking suffocate. It's like
But these
what's
were
the
all supposed
point?
to be these were all supposed to be like the gay bomb and the ass bomb. Many people were against chemical warfare because it was an inhumane way to die.
But this
So
is
that's the
technically
chemicals.
thing.
is
This is
chemical
chemical
warfare.
warfare regardless. It's just
Yeah,
affecting the mind rather than the
But do
body, I
you
guess.
mean
right.
like to an
But
extent where like
people
die
would
from it?
rather have this instead of like actually killing people like unhumanely. And so like this was an alternative to like actually killing people.
I don't
So
really
to a
know
lot of
about
people,
that.
this was a good idea.
Because if you're like within radius or like basically damn near the center of where like the bomb hits, like you're still exposed to all that radiation and like the chemicals, like for the hallucinogenic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But, like
I was just reading a little bit about it and it says that some people actually used it in order to kind of almost mind control people or gather information from them, which makes way more sense than just
Right.
like MK Ultra.
I don't
I don't
know
know enough about that,
type
but
stuff.
like I've
But
heard of it.
yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Okay. Test
Trying
by
to
Jacob's Ladder.
The fuck is
oh
that?
Jacob's Ladder. Okay, there's not much to talk about. It was basically just a movie from the early '90s. About this dude who was in a squadron. He was in Vietnam and he was uh fighting people, and over the course of I don't know the time that they were there,
Mm-hmm.
there was one big fight that happened, and a lot of people died, and a lot of people like kind of went crazy because of it. And after that, he started having a lot of hallucinations or something like that in terms of seeing demons and all this stuff. And he was trying to figure out what the cause was, and he like kind of linked up with his old buddies that were in the war too, and they were all having similar things. And ultimately, they found out that by one scientist uh, kind of like came out and said, "I know what's going on with you. I'm gonna let you know." And so they like met up, and he said like, "Yeah, your squadron was like randomly selected to be a test for all these like new drugs and stuff like that, and we snuck it into your food and stuff like that."
Damn.
So they were. So they ultimately, that big fight that happened was actually between themselves, and they didn't really know it, and so they just killed a bunch of their friends.
Damn, that's fucked.
But I don't know, it just seems really because I don't think acid would do that. I'm not.
And it's
Okay,
It seems pretty.
But just
Seems
imagine
pretty
this.
far fetched. That's my thing.
But just imagine this. Okay, so like PJ, I don't know if you know Destiny, the Twitch streamer, right?
Yeah, I've heard of
Shout
him.
out to Destiny. Hope you're watching, man.
Dude, shut up.
But
like he's streaming right now. He's not watching.
you're right. But he took shrooms, right? Rather, there's shrooms.
He took shrooms.
He did shrooms, and he did like a lot, like way more than you were supposed to.
Alright.
And he was tripping out so much that he was dying over and over and over, so much that he said he just wanted to kill himself at that point. Like if there was a window or something that or a gun, he would have used it and like killed himself. If it can make you like a human want to kill yourself so badly that you're like looking for ways to kill yourself, I think it easily that if you had a gun in hand and someone seemed like a threat to you, that you would kill him.
I guess you're right at that point. If it's like a
Yeah.
huge amount, then yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Like it's literally warping their mind into thinking like something's after you. Like it's making you.
But
Like-
the thing is, okay, with like a lot of drugs, especially with like acid and shit, that stuff is really personal and it varies person to person. You can't really expect super like consistent results in
Right.
something like that. So like literally, like at one point somebody might just murder all their friends. Another point, they might all gather them up and like hide them away, like and like protect them. Like you don't know what's gonna happen with
But
that
like,
type of
here's
stuff.
the thing: back then, they kind of brainwashed the soldiers into aggression and like everything like that, like the
I
whole like
guess so.
nationality and everything. So they thought they would have consistent things because they all like brainwashed them. Like you have to be tough, you have to be loyal to your country. Like you do
Like
not
the
cry, you do not break.
Propaganda.
Yeah, like you do not break, you do not cry. Like you keep fighting. Like they brainwashed them and like trained them to be like the perfect soldiers and everything. That's why we had like the strongest army at that point, because we had like great like soldiers, or apparently we did. But so like they thought they would have consistent like views on like if they had it, they would just be aggressive like all the time. Like see, like now Destiny did say that he kept falling like a lot. But like lots of other people that I know that have like taken acid or shrooms, they say like literally they got scared because a monster was eating them, right?
Mhm.
And that monster is just their friend trying to comfort them. Imagine if you're in like a situation where you have a whole like MP40 or something, and your friend while you're high is just trying to comfort you, and he looks like a monster trying to eat you, and you have a gun in your hand. What do you think that person is going to do? He's going to shoot that monster. Like and he doesn't know what he's doing at all in his head. And so like I think in circumstances what they were trying to do was like a clever idea, I guess, for like uncontrolled warfare like that.
Mhm.
Like at that point it's just like kind of guerrilla warfare.
But then again, think about like the cost of it though. Think
Yeah,
about the cost.
it was just they went at it horribly wrong. Like they took an uncontrolled drug and they were just like doing so many experiments with it. Like they would try to have a controlled group, but that group would not be able to be controlled at all. Like it's not like, okay, we're gonna give like the a lesser dose and see what happens. Like they could, but like their plan was for them to have a higher dosage so they hallucinated more. Now maybe for the circumstances where they just wanted them to be chilled out, maybe they would give them a lower thing. But then, like, if it's so low, then it wouldn't affect them all that much. Like, they would feel a high, but maybe not that much of a high. You know?
Yeah.
Oh no! Ooh, I got caramel on my floor.
Well, give me a second. I gotta grab my dog real quick.
Okay.
But Riley, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure at that point, well, let's look it up. Let's look it up. LSD production start. I don't know date.
Right. I think they found it around then.
Discovery 1938. So, and then it started being used in like late 40s. So yeah, probably around that time was still really experimental.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were probably like maybe a lot of the war stuff wasn't just for war, but rather ways to test it and to see like the effects that it could have on people.
Right. Like
'Cause,
they
like-
didn't want to test
Like
it on
the
citizens.
thing with it is that I mean, people who are very nationalistic. What the fuck's the word? They're very
nationalistic, I think it is.
what the having strong patriotic faith. Yeah, nationalistic, I guess. If they're very nationalistic, then people will easily like accept any justification you have for anything you're gonna do in war. So people would be like, "Oh, my country's doing all these weird ass experiments with people, with this LSD and shit. They're doing it to better our country or some dumb shit." So they could easily do that and like have the government can have a justification for what they're doing because it's war and people are scared. But the real reason behind it could easily just be like, we want to fucking know what this does, and if they did it in a normal like setting, then people might think it's like morally bad.
Wrong. Yeah.
So,
and also they didn't want to they probably knew it was just like they would get away with it if they tested on soldiers, and it would be more safe testing on soldiers for them than testing on citizens.
Yeah.
Because like they basically could tell those soldiers to do anything. Like the hell, they tell them to go right out there and die. Like the fucking D-Day when they just ran out on the beach. They literally said like if they try to get off the boat and run or anything, they would shoot them. So they had like full control over those soldiers. So like they knew what they were doing to them. But at that point they didn't really like care, I think.
I'm getting dropped frames, guys. This is bad. I might need to like should I restart it and like fix it? Do you think? Or should we just keep going?
We could turn off like our cameras or something.
No, it's because it's just my settings on OBS.
Oh yeah, we can restart. We'll be back shortly, everybody. When it comes to a podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hope that let's hope it's fine. So you're really big right now because he left the call?
Yeah, he'll be back.
I'm not gonna change anything. So everybody just sees a big face of you.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, your boy, Asmogol.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Look at this stream, okay?
I know. Let me just do this.
Oh my god, dude.
Hey guys, it's me.
Sup,
boy.
y'all?
Sup, y'all? It's me, your boy Asmogol. Sup, y'all? It's me.
Stop. You're really bad at singing that.
I know. Okay,
all
so
right. Everything's fixed. Wow.
Alright, everyone's back. Okay, so
hold up, I gotta fucking bring my dog stuff.
Yeah, he's good. Don't worry. But
right. We're off of that topic. I think let's move on.
Let me just ask your opinion on something quick.
What?
What do you think of the public school system? Like, you did go to Tartan and everything.
What do you mean in terms of what?
Like education, because we are like voted the best public education in like all the states.
I mean, what aspect of it?
Like Like, how do you think the food is and everything?
The food's pretty trash, alright? It's pretty
Yeah.
goddamn awful.
Pretty bad.
I never ate it.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about public school like food and everything.
Ass.
It's real bad.
It's pretty bad. And then they talk about like feeding us or healthy and everything. The most healthy thing they've done at our school is they have pop machines, but they change all the pops to diet.
For real.
Oh,
Like-
it's gross.
Or they put energy drinks, but diet energy.
I get that they're trying to control like obesity and shit like that, but
No,
like
but those are like worse for you, dude.
I know.
Like diet pop's worse for you, dude.
Hold on.
I'm not
this
dropping
is,
any
like-
more frames, guys. This is going well. Does it look any worse?
No, it looks better.
It looks better. You're lying to me.
Mhm.
There's no way it looks
No,
better.
like it looks better.
Yeah.
You
before
don't
when-
fucking lie.
No, listen.
Nothing.
Before when we watched it, it was so choppy.
No,
Yeah.
okay, I
Like,
mean
Alex-
without the choppiness. I mean forget that. Does the quality look better? Like
The quality is definitely better.
To me, honestly, yeah, it looks better.
okay, whatever.
Like, I don't know. I guess I'm just
How you
paying
gonna-
more attention to it now.
Literally what I
Right.
just did is I turned down the quality so it wouldn't lag. And then you guys are like, "No, it looks better."
It
That
actually
doesn't
looks
make
better
any
for whatever
sense.
Better,
reason.
Fuck off.
All right. Alright,
I'm
let's
looking
see.
at it right
Let's-
now.
What are topics? Okay, so
Genetic editing. That's what
yeah,
I've been trying to
genetic
talk about.
editing.
Genetic
but, like,
editing.
Did you
Alright.
have Hardison?
No, I have Carlson.
Okay, but so there's this movie we watched, right? It was a
Right.
fake movie
Gattaca?
about like, huh?
Was it Gattaca?
I don't know. Let me explain it, and then you can tell me.
Okay.
But listen, in this movie, before you even have the kid, they can go in and edit its genetics so
Yeah.
it has blue eyes and like so it comes out tall. Like it basically makes it so you can make your perfect kid out of all your genes.
Yep.
And like this one guy wasn't good enough to be like what he wanted to be. And so like he illegally got like taller implants and then like got like different face like
Right.
remote his face so then he could pretend to be somebody else and then he took that person's spot. And so
What
it-
he wanted to be an astronaut, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it was Gattaca.
Yeah. It was
Wait, so they have like live like gene editing, like even though he's growing, his cells are growing. Like
no, they did like
This is a movie, so it's all
Yeah.
fictional.
but it's
but-
based off of like if they were put true or not.
nah, like gene editing is a thing now. It just hasn't got to the point where like
It's been used for a long time in agriculture.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm thinking about like gene editing. Does it really make you human? Like, let's say you wanted to
Yeah.
have. Well, no. Think of it like this though.
Oh, you mean like
Because
if
you're
you did,
taking-
like the thing of a lizard to make their arm grow back?
Yeah,
or
you're
something
taking
like that.
literally the DNA protein from a lizard and like putting it inside of your like body to change yourself into basically a fucking lizard.
So
Or
you're not
look-
talking about gene editing, you're talking about gene splicing.
Yeah, that's splicing.
Tomato, like
No, this is two
Okay,
different
wait,
things.
wait, wait.
It's like
No,
saying,
listen.
"Oh, I want to change the way my nose looks," versus "I want to change my nose into a pig's nose." It's like those are two
I mean-
different things.
Okay, but no, I wanna talk about what PJ talked about. Okay. But here's the thing, PJ. You know how a lot of like just like bones and like everything in genes wise is very similar to like a lot of other animals?
yeah.
Like how our bones are very similar to a bird's bones.
Sure. I
Like
mean,
we learned this in biology.
I mean,
Like,
in terms of just genetics, yes, but
Yeah.
genetics can be extrapolated to make very different things.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, about his point of doesn't make you human. Like, a lot of our genes are similar in certain ways, so like, why shouldn't we say that it makes us not human?
Mm,
You know?
that's a hard question to answer. Because if you're saying that, well, okay, so what makes us human then in terms of genetics? Because every single person that's made, it has slightly different genetics.
Yeah. Right.
Does that make
that's what
them
I'm
not
saying.
human?
Like,
At what point does a human not become a
Yeah.
human?
okay, like
That's
okay,
fine.
I'm sorry I'm about to drop the R bomb.
Don't.
The thing that makes someone retarded is them having an extra
Oh my
chromosome.
god.
It's true though. The definition of what makes them that is them having an extra chromosome.
That's Down
And that
syndrome.
oh
You said okay. We're not.
yeah. Listen, we can edit that out. Okay, we're good.
We're not
This
editing
is
anything
wild.
out.
But listen, that's the thing that makes you have Down syndrome. You have one extra chromosome than everybody else.
Okay.
And so like everyone has like, and some people have insane amounts of different like genes of everything. Like everyone has different like, hell, I have 2 different color eyes. You have brown
Genetic
eyes. Like
mutations. Yeah.
yeah, we all are different. So like what I said, what makes you human? Like by general standards, genes wise.
Damn.
It could be like our characteristics, like how we
Characteristics.
are like
Very.
our genes can do some stuff that like some animals can't, and something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Like-
So let's say we have a creature that has all the same characteristics of a human, but they can also fly. Are they still
Right.
human?
So humanoid, right?
It would be like human 2.0. Okay, no, it'd be like they wouldn't be human, I guess.
They wouldn't be human.
Because like while we are all have different genes, the genes are all similar, like are close enough together that it makes one like kind of mammal, you know?
I guess, but
I
well,
mean, we
okay.
have
So
to get
like just say like a human from like I don't know from like 3,000 years ago is gonna have different genes, like a pretty substantial amount of different genes than we do now. Are they not human because of that?
They're less evolved human. Yes.
They're less human. But then at the same time, at that point, they would have been called human too.
Yeah.
Is our definition of human
The
just
social
changes based
standard
on
of human might change in the future.
Okay, so what you're saying is that things that are human now,
Like for example, tall back then isn't tall now.
Sure. Okay.
But
Right.
they were
Let me
called
finish
tall,
my
right?
fucking sentence. Holy shit.
My bad.
Okay, so what you're saying is, let's say we have something that doesn't resemble humans at all,
Right.
but they were humans thousands and thousands of years ago. And since it was constantly evolving since then, would those still be considered human?
I think a evolutionary like ancestor, like,
Because what you
No.
just said just a little bit ago is that the what people said were human then and what people say are human now are different, but we call it human still because we changed into it. Like your tall example. So would that still be the same thing? It's like we actually live underwater and breathe. We have to eat molten lava. I don't know. If we have to do that at some point, like a million years from now, but it took
like those people
that
that lived
long to
on-
change from now to then, would those be human?
Yeah, I guess because we're all like the same. Like I said, even way back then, they had the characteristics that made them human, and those same like genes and characteristics. Characteristics, right? Can still be found back in them. That's how we know it. Like we got traced back to them because like we have like the same like kind of bone structure or just like the similarities, right? Like that similarity can be traced back to the monkey and then to us. Like they can be traced. It's not like we look at them and then look at a tiger and be like, huh, those are pretty similar. And that must be from that. No, like we can trace back and like realize that like we came from that. So
okay.
That's why we
so at what
it
point
human.
were we not human if we trace back?
Because like you
further?
realize way back then they weren't human. Like they didn't call themselves human. We just gave that the name once we became like smart enough or like intelligent enough to come up with names for things.
Okay.
I think we're okay. So I think it kind of like the whole human idea. I think it kind of ends when like humans start to evolve, like their genetics, and they start to have mutations that are like there for survival, and to the point where like the mutation starts spreading, and like almost everybody has it. So it's kind of like they don't identify as humans anymore, but they identify as like a different species that evolved from humans. You know what I'm saying?
Like, okay, like way back then, when like we were just monkeys, right? But like we were a more evolved monkey that like we could
They're
actually
called gibbon or gibbons or some shit like that. Yeah, it says gibbon. I looked at Darwin's theory.
Dude,
Like,
guys, we have someone in chat here.
It's your.
no
He's a
fucking
friend.
way.
He's a friend from school.
Oh dang. Oh,
Hey,
nice.
Yer, what's
Was
up?
he in your philosophy class?
No, Yer was from high school, not college, and I never
Oh,
took
okay.
philosophy in high school.
Okay. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, way back then when we were monkeys, right? We had
We weren't monkey.
like
Well, I mean, okay.
but we were more evolved. Like we were more evolved like monkeys. Okay, let's just say that. Like I forgot the exact name for it, but it was like humanoids or something like that.
There was
Humanoids share characteristics of
Homo
like, right.
sapiens and Homo something. Homo erectus is the one before that, I think.
Something like that, right? But like on Reddit,
Shut the fuck up, Yer. What the fuck?
on Reddit, I saw a post about how they discovered like a bone and bone sets of like some type of a creature that was born between two different types, because back then there's like many types of that certain thing, like how there's chimpanzees, there's gorilla, they're all monkeys but they're different monkeys, right?
Okay, a gorilla is not a monkey.
Okay.
I know what you're saying though. Like, you're
Yeah,
saying like
okay,
there's
that's
a
what I'm
gap.
saying. Okay,
Like,
exactly. There's
yeah.
different types, and there's different types of things that were to evolve to be human, and they could have sex to give birth to something that was different than both of them, and they were their own race, and like that kept happening.
Okay.
until we evolved.
Do you know how evolution works? That's the real question.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through this with you, okay, Grant? Evolution happens because there are mutations in the genes, random
Yes.
mutations in the genes that kind of are tested throughout the environment, and if they are are beneficial or neutral to the environment, then they stay, and if they're not, if they're like detriment, then usually you'll either kill off the thing or like just kind of like wean out.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but I'm just going off
And
of what he said.
so if there is no there's at no point where one thing becomes another thing. It's just that we give it certain names at different points. So there's no like genuine line between one species and another species if it's like from evolving from each other. And similarly, when things split off to say like, oh, well, there's a chimpanzee and there's a baboon or whatever, I don't know. They'll share a common ancestor in which they both kind of came from, but the split off is usually because they live in different environments and therefore mutate differently.
Right.
If the same species of animal stays in the same spot, it's most likely probably gonna stay the same. It's gonna like evolve into just one thing. It's probably not gonna evolve into more than one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I'm just going off of like what I was saying. I was giving him an example because he said the thing that would make us not human anymore is if we keep evolving so much that we become a different species from what human was.
Okay.
And so I was giving that example, like how like over
But
time you evolve and you turn into a different kind of type of species.
Yes. But the thing is, with how all species came about and how we draw those lines is completely arbitrary, and we just say that it is because we want it to be. You know that.
Right.
Because we just say like, oh, at this point it's this thing, and at this point it's this thing, and everybody says like, oh, why? Well, because these characters just started to show themselves a bit more, or something like that. But it's ultimately it's arbitrary where you put that line.
Right. So by saying that though, do you think that no matter how far we evolve and everything, we would always call ourselves human, no matter what?
It's possible. It's possible that I don't know how connected we are to that term. If it seems like we're that connected to the term, which it kind of seems like we are, because we just identify ourselves as humans, like that's what we are. And so if I don't think that's ever gonna change, then probably people will look back at us or something like that from like in like a million years. They'll look back at us and call us not human, call us something else. That's my guess.
Right.
So basically, you're saying that being human is more of like a morality thing. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I think it's more of a presence thing. Like you're presently here, you're a human, and things that before you that don't share your characteristics are not
Brad,
human.
can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you Google the definition of what human is?
Okay. Human definition. Where should we get this definition from? Just Wikipedia?
Yeah, sure.
What the fuck? My Google's freaking out. Okay, definition.
On your
Human
stream.
relating to or characteristic of people or human beings.
So the definition is the definition.
Wait,
of
noun.
human
Noun.
beings.
A human being, especially a person, as distinguished from an animal or in science fiction, an alien. Let's look at dictionary.com. Of, pertaining to, a characteristic of, or having the nature of people. This is an adjective. Where's the noun? Noun, a human being. All right, let's look at human being. An individual of the genus Homo, especially a member of the genus Homo sapiens. So it's literally being human is just being of
humans.
Homo sapien. And I just fucking closed you guys down. I'm sorry.
Okay, so wait, listen to this. What if some alien came from space, right?
Right.
And we tested them, like their blood and everything, and they had the exact like genes as a human, like us. We wouldn't consider them human. Like we wouldn't call them human.
It's
like
why would it have the same
let's be
genetics
honest, no
as
one
us?
would call them human, but they would have the same genetics as us. Like what happened?
Like all exact same.
I'm saying like this. Like what happened if on other planets, right, far away? It's literally just like the same life we have, but on a different planet somewhere else.
Well, that's
like
not
everybody goes out like thinking, oh, aliens are big, tall, green people with big heads. Like that's probably not true. Like let's be honest. Like what happened if they're just us, right?
We don't know.
But they come here. People aren't gonna call them human or consider them human at all.
So you're basically saying that aliens
like
are going
what
to be
makes us
like
like
humans?
What makes it like?
What makes us human is that we're on Earth.
Yeah, like whatever. That's the only thing. So like then we would always be able to call each other us human, no matter how much we evolve.
Then, if you originate from Earth, then you might as well. What? Hold on. So basically, you're saying that everything from Earth is human.
I'm saying like
no,
there could be many.
He's saying
aliens.
that Homo sapiens, that this specific like genetic code relation comes from Earth is called human.
Yeah.
Not all fucking bears or like tadpoles are human.
Right.
Yeah. I'm saying like specifically us because we come from this planet. That's what makes us human.
So wait. So this is what I was thinking. Gene editing and like gene splicing, whatever you want to call it, right? It's just basically a cheap and faster way of like evolving as humans, if you want to think of it like that, right?
But
like it's not naturally happening.
Oh,
like,
it's definitely
made
not
it happen.
Here's the thing though. Gene splicing ain't always gonna be better. Like sure, evolution is the thing of like trial and repeat until you get something correct, right?
Okay.
But like gene splicing is just gonna be like it's never gonna be like, to be honest.
Yeah, actually. It's just crazy to think about.
Like it's never gonna be like that. People are always gonna do it for their benefits.
And what are the consequences of that?
Trial and error. Like someone might die from it. You could try to do something to make your arm stronger, and your arm could like decay.
No, well, if you think about it though, like if we're using genes...
a bad example is like, remember Spider-Man?
You're gonna say Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, you remember Amazing Spider-Man where like the Dr. Croc
Dr. Connors.
Yeah, tried
Yeah,
to like,
he
he
yeah.
was gene splicing.
cross species genetics experiment, and
Yeah.
like took,
And
the
like whenever you'd fail, his arm would like brittle up, decay, and just fall apart.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like it could be trial and error.
Yeah, but that doesn't technically make us human anymore because we don't have all the same like DNA or like traits as a typical human. Like he had
What would
scales.
you call him then?
I guess just
A
fucking
lizard man?
reptilian. The fucking
But he had more human genes in him than a reptile
it was a
at
mix
that
of
point.
both. I
Right?
don't
At that point, I think it would just become a new species.
and yeah.
Like, if it came to that point, I honestly think it would just become a new species. Like, if somebody becomes half human, half crocodile, like, that would just be... Okay, first of all, Riley just came back doing the
With the
weirdest thing.
fucking shake.
Yeah. No, like, we were talking about, like, well, when he left, we're on a normal conversation.
Yeah.
But now that he's back, we're like, half
Throwing
human, half
out.
crocodiles up in here.
Fucking lizard. What are you talking about? I don't know, man.
He wasn't a lizard, dude. He was a crocodile.
All right. What was that thing you were talking about earlier about like AI?
Oh yeah.
human-
I get to that. Hold on, I want
All right.
Riley's opinion before we head off.
Move on. Yeah. Fuck, we got going on.
Oh, well, hi.
All right, Riley.
I got some ice cream
So-
type stuff. So
I saw that. So, did you watch Amazing Spider-Man, Riley?
no.
No. Okay.
Last
Well,
Spider-Man movie I watched
in
was
there-
Homecoming.
Okay. In there, the doctor would gene splice, right?
Okay.
Cross-steering with lizards to become like the crocodile guy, right?
It's not a
And
crocodile, you fucking idiot.
Shut the fuck up, right? At a certain point, he became half human, half lizard, or whatever. Would you consider that just a new species?
Yeah, probably. If you take two plants and combine them in some way, usually you call
Yeah.
that a different species as well.
But that's
people
what we
that
were
do
talking
that all
about,
the time.
though. Like, okay, so we were just talking about how when humans evolve, like, when do we not like become human? But then we just talked about how when you artificially evolve ourselves,
Because like that wasn't evolving. That was like gene splicing.
it's the
with a
artificial
different
way of evolving, though.
species. I
Sure.
guess, but it's not evolving
It
because that's splicing.
how?
Like
It is.
Okay.
You're
there's
literally
a
giving
difference.
yourself.
Okay. Listen, there is a
Alright.
difference because when you splice, typically you're doing it for a reason. You're doing it to get a characteristic or characteristics from one species and put it on another one. So you already know what you're doing. You already know you're adding certain characteristics. So usually you can most likely, still somewhat arbitrary to name it some other species, but most likely you can say, oh, this has a significant amount of different characteristics from both of these species because they combine them, and so you can say this is a new species. But with evolution, since it's so gradual, it's hard to say like, oh, at this point it becomes something different than everything else before it. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I want to get your final opinion on this topic before we switch off.
Okay.
So,
Shoot.
what do you think about like just gene editing make you human, or does it make you less human, and is it good or bad?
Gene editing or gene splicing?
Gene
Just anything like gene
yeah,
splicing.
just messing with genes.
Because gene editing, literally, like the way I think of it at least, gene editing is changing different characteristics that humans can already have, like hair color, body
Right.
type, eye color, fucking just physical appearance, that type of stuff. Things that are kind of just like you just fucking do like a lottery, just be like, oh yeah, everything's just kind of random. That's what I think of gene editing, is changing specific human characteristics that you want. But like gene splicing is like taking some other species and implementing that into you. So I'd say if you're just gene editing, you're pretty much just human. Gene splicing is kind of difficult because it's hard to say if you just implement something small. Like, for example, I don't know, like, maybe some other species of animal has, like, a very high immune system or something like that to get rid of, like, disease. And if you just implement just that part into you, I don't know if that necessarily makes you not human anymore or less human or more human or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to say, like, at what point does that person stop being human? Like, it's hard to say. I can't say.
Right. Okay. That's a good point. PJ, do you want anything last to say before we change the topic?
All right. I think like okay, I'm just gonna say I think gene editing is basically genetic splicing because like gene editing is like literally taking something out and putting it in. But do I think that if we do that to ourselves, it makes us less human? Yeah, I think
You
so.
think so?
I think so.
Is that just like a moral standard, or do you think that's just
It's
like
not even a moral standard.
All right.
It's just looking at it from like
I have a question then.
yeah.
Is like massively produced corn different than like super like controlled corn? Are they both not corn?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because one's genetically modified and one's not.
Yeah.
Some would say yes, actually. Or like, is
Yeah, it's a fucking super corn now.
yeah, like some would say yes. Like how some
I
people
mean,
say, like you know how they say when you like give a chicken steroids, it's different than if you grow that chicken just like with no antibiotics, you know?
right.
Like some say it's different. I'm sure. I'm not saying like it turns into a different
So it's not your
species.
natural fucking chicken. It's like a
Yeah.
super meaty
So
chicken.
my opinion would be like we'd still be human, but we would be like a unnatural. Like that person
Yeah.
that like gene editing,
Mm-hmm.
they would be an unnatural like human.
Unnatural human.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
vaccination? Does that make you not natural?
That's
That
not
shit's
gene
not natural
editing.
at all. But you're
Is that-
you're putting something
That's-
into you that's like forcing disease not to be like easily.
Yeah, but that's like white blood cells do that, right?
That's more of your immune system kind of thing. That's
Right.
not really like genetics or
It's
like
not
DNA.
like your genetics changing, right? Or like at the same point though, when you're born, lots of people when they're born with a different hair color, and then their hair color changes. Or born with born with eyes that are different colors. Like when I was born, I had blue eyes, and then my eyes changed to be brown.
Yeah.
So like
It's more of like an exposure thing to like that. It's not really changing what you're made of.
yeah, so you're saying the genes in you don't change? Like your genes in you say brown, but you come out with red hair. Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying
Wow.
they are red hair and then they become brown?
Wait, who are you asking again?
I'm asking PJ.
Wait, why are you?
Because you said it's a part of exposure.
No, I'm
Why?
talking about the vaccination thing.
Oh right, yeah. Then I
Yeah.
agree with that. Yeah.
Is my stream
Okay.
lagging for you guys?
It's lagging now.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like how bad? Like really bad?
Yeah.
What the hell? What's going on?
We can like switch it to video or
It's not gonna matter. It's
shit. No, but I think that was a good discussion.
Yeah, we should have 2 more topics.
my CPU just keeps maxing out.
We should just like save them. Like we should just turn like one into like the whole podcast, so it doesn't have
Yeah,
to be
but
like a.
see how like see podcasts are when you talk about multiple things though.
Yeah.
Podcasts are when you like just ramble on about things.
Yeah, but then you kind of like get lost and like you have to like skip to the parts like, oh, that's when we talk about it, instead of like just being like, oh yeah, that's what we talk about the whole time.
Work. That's bogus. Couldn't use-
Hypers.
couldn't do it.
Uh,
Okay, but listen. So
the
we
AI
got the next topic, which is probably going to be my favorite because I love talking about this one.
I'm scared.
And
I don't know what it is. What is it?
yes, you do. It's comes down to a kind of a moral opinion, I guess. Like, it's hard to get an exact fact and like what is this and what like it isn't. Like, I think it's down to like what you think is morally right. But what is the borderline between human and AI? What makes you human or what makes an AI? And first we'll have Riley start off
Give the
with
example.
his opinion on it.
About your
Why'd you
mind.
start with
and, like,
me?
Cause you went last. Oh no, I'm just starting with you. So then we can go off of your thing and just like ask you questions, and then we'll say our opinion, then you can ask us our questions, stuff like that.
It's hard to say. I don't have an answer. That's my answer. Is that I don't have an answer.
Wait. So the question was, what separates us from like
From our
Yeah, at what
artificial
point-
intelligence.
At one point are you like not human?
Oh, so like that. Okay.
Yeah, like say Cyborg.
Ooh.
You know DC Cyborg. Is he human or is he AI? Like
he's
there's no
human.
like both. There's no both like, oh, you're a cyborg, you both, man. Like no, it's
He's-
like you're either human, like what would you still consider yourself human? Like lots of people say to be human, you're born human,
Okay.
right?
Think about this though. You give a dude lost his arm in like a war or something, right?
Okay.
In like a battle or some shit. You give him
Yeah.
prosthetic and he has like a artificial arm.
Yeah.
He's still human. He just
Right. But think of it like this. How many more times does that have to happen to other parts of him for him not to become human?
Yeah. It's okay. Say he
So,
lost
like,
both of his
lose the
arms. Say
arm.
he lost both of his legs. Say he lost his entire torso. Say he lost
Mhm.
his face. Say he lost
Mhm.
his head, and the only thing that's left is his brain. Is he still human?
Oh, so like oh.
He was born human, just then got like AI things in him. Or just like electronic.
Damn.
What makes it is he still considered human? Like if that happened to you, PJ, right now, that your intelligence was basically just in a machine. But you were born human, you still remember your whole life being human. Like you can touch your skin right now and
You
know
have-
that you're human.
You
But
have
you
your
just like
brains.
say you just get in a horrible car accident, but we have the technology to put your intelligence inside a computer. Are you still human? Like your what's it called? Conscience and like everything, that's still human thought. It's not like you're programmed into like you're like we're gonna be able to predict your thought like if you're actually an AI. So are you still human?
I don't. Shit, that really gets you thinking.
It's
like
I don't
Cyborg
think it's
doesn't
something you. I don't think it's something you can really answer.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's like a morally like what you think is right.
Because let's also say something even more extreme, where like, let's say somebody's lived their entire life, they're like 50 years old or something like that. They've been human their entire life, and then,
Hey, wait, right. Before you finish anything, the stream is lagging a lot. Should we like
It's a
stop
goner.
it and start it?
it's a goner.
Should we stop it and start it, or are we losing the content if we keep speaking? Because it's like frozen right now for me.
I mean, hold on. Better.
Yo, PJ, let's see if it looks better.
All right, it's back up.
I gotta refresh the page.
You don't.
Oh, here we go.
Yo, this looks phenomenal, dude.
How bad does it look?
It's bad.
Wait, it's still laggy?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
what?
well, no, we're good now. We're good now.
We're good.
Yeah,
Back
we're good.
again.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so we left off with
Okay.
me trying to
No,
answer the question.
no, I was Riley was explaining like what happened if you live to 64 years old.
Oh, all right.
Let's check my CPU usage is 98%. What the fuck?
Yo.
I have it on
Sure.
ultra fast. What's going on? Hold on.
Holy.
What is it? Wait, what is your CPU like model? What is it?
I have an i7 4790K.
What the fuck?
Like he's got a real good computer, dude.
Yeah, that shit is expensive as hell.
What the
Yeah, you're
fuck?
smoked.
Dude, PC Masters for the win.
It's-
Once again, shout out to Destiny boys. Hope you're
Shut
out
up.
there.
I don't know why this is fucked so hard.
Anally.
Whoa.
Too far? Or
Hey,
too short?
PJ.
What?
In your opinion, right?
Right.
Do you think AI is a good thing?
Oh shit. We had this debate before, I think.
We did. We've talked about this.
Do I think it's a
We
good
talked
thing?
about how
Fun for
Elon
now, at
Musk.
least.
If you
about-
limit it, if you limit the extent of its consciousness and of its thinking, you program every tiny little bit of it to the point where they can't be a mistake, and to the point where like it pulls some like Terminator type shit and fucking like murders everyone, then yeah. Like
What
Siri,
What about though?
Siri-
Like, what about like if it like becomes like so smart that like you can't limit it?
That's the thing. This shit can memorize. Like,
Yeah.
AI can memorize and learn everything that there is, like, basically
like,
in the world. And you
it
have
has
no
every
idea.
like single Google search result like with the like less than a snap of
Yeah,
a
it knows almost everything that we could possibly know in a matter of seconds.
and that's
So
what I'm
what
saying. You have to
makes you think that it can't continue to program itself without our help?
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to program it the right way, I guess. Every small little
Yeah, but
detail.
at a certain point, like even if you program it the most perfect way you can, it's still gonna.
You
It's
could put
always gonna
restrict-
find a loophole or something.
Yeah, like that's
Oh.
what technology is, dude. This like coding is like just a bunch of loops, dude.
That's not what I
Or
meant.
like Detroit become human, right? When does artificial intelligence become an actual like life? Like,
That's
is
what
it
we're
living?
arguing. What
Oh,
makes
that's
you
what we're
human?
arguing? I thought we were arguing if like to the point where we become a cyborg and like our
No,
whole
like
blown.
okay, say AI, right? It becomes so smart, and like, okay, no, that's a bad example. Imagine we have a human body, right?
Right, we have a human body and it's
But we
gone.
put artificial intelligence into it, like exactly how I said when you die, you get your computer, like you get your conscious is put into a computer. What if a computer is put into a human body? Is that thing human? It wasn't born human. It was just put into a human body. Is that human? Or is that AI? You wouldn't be able to tell from the outside or nothing, or even talking to it. Because it's so smart that it acts exactly like us. But is it human?
Well, it probably acts smarter than us or like better and everything.
Right.
Or
But is it human? Or is it AI?
that's a question, man.
That's why I'm saying some people think
That's the question. Yeah, it is. You're right.
that's why some people think to be human you have to be born human. And then nothing can change. But like I said, what if you're a whole computer? Are you still human?
All right.
How do you perceive reality as an AI? Like, you're. How do you recognize you're living?
You
That's the
don't.
crazier part.
You don't.
Like, we know we're living.
Do we
Yeah.
though?
Don't even.
But honestly, do we?
Yeah, that's what.
We just
Like
kind of assume it.
PJ, like I said, when you die, or like before you die, you
It's
relive your
fucking
whole
black.
life. No, you
Yeah.
relive your whole life before you die. How do we know we're not just doing that right now?
That's not true, Grant.
It's true. Shut up.
Where's your evidence on that one, Grant? Can I get a source on
Okay.
that one?
No, I
Okay,
don't have a
so
source,
after you're
but you can look it up.
decapitated your brain, your body starts like twitching still, right? Like it's still living. It's just like
Right.
it doesn't recognize it's dead. So
Right.
like they theorize that you're living your whole life again after your like fucking brain or
Yeah,
like
so I'm saying, like, what makes you think that's not now? Or, like, when you have a dream that's so realistic that you could have sworn you were in it, how do you know this ain't a dream? Or just shit like that. Okay, bad example, but you know what I mean. Like, how do you know that you're actually living right now?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking PJ.
I think this should just be the whole group question. Damn, yeah.
How about you, Riley? How do you know you're living?
I don't.
Yeah. We don't know we're living.
So that's
What if
what.
we're in a
Okay.
dream right now?
So back to the question then. Like, to your thing of how an AI, if anything, an AI would know it exists better than we know we exist.
I don't know
No,
about
because
all
listen,
that.
listen. Listen, an AI would literally know why it is there. Like, we don't know why we're here. We don't know our meaning. It would know its meaning instantly.
Well, we don't have
We don't have meaning of life.
right.
If anything, we're just like a fertilization to the earth that actually we ruined the earth. So, but like an AI, it has a meaning of life. It's programmed with a meaning.
Nah. Mm.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of the same thing with the human then, because like if the human doesn't have a meaning, then the AI wouldn't have meaning either.
Yes, it does. You're
Well,
telling me
no.
if you program a robot to clean your dishes, that robot wasn't programmed with a meaning behind it?
I mean, you just did. That was some fucking nice like fucking fallacies there, Grant. You snuck the conclusion in with your premise there. Did you see that? Did you see that? I saw it.
Shut up.
When you say to make a robot to clean your dishes,
Right.
that already is saying that there is a purpose.
That's what I'm saying. He's saying if we have no meaning, an AI can't have a meaning behind it.
I'm thinking of like a universal scale.
An AI
like,
could
all
be
these
just
existences.
created to exist. Have you thought of that, Grant?
So you're telling me someone would make an AI just for it to be a thing?
For to see if they can actually make an AI, yes.
Everything is just
Okay,
a thing
then that was made
we
with
came
the
up
purpose
with.
of them to see if they can make it.
Yeah.
So it's a test experiment.
So
I
There's a
guess, but the thing itself has no purpose.
It was a test experiment for someone else is doing. That's its meaning.
So its
Of life.
meaning is just to exist. That's its meaning. Okay. I mean, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. They will always have a meaning, and they would know their meaning.
Well, how would they
won't.
know that?
Because it's programmed into them.
What does that mean? They don't go in and type your purpose is to exist. They don't type that in.
Okay. Okay, but we're just like, okay. No, but here's the thing. No, shut up. Okay.
I don't know what what your point is here,
like
Grant.
we were just fucking talking about. When the AI is so intelligent that it can Google everything, like anything. It knows all about AI. It knows all about like everything as much as we do or more. Right?
It has knowledge like instant.
Right. So it knows it knows about like the history of AI and how AI is created. So it instantly knows the meaning behind AI before we even know the meaning behind life. Does it not?
I don't think you're understanding my question though, or like my answer.
Am I wrong?
I'm okay.
I mean,
you're talking about.
I don't know.
Okay, fine. What was your question, PJ? If I'm getting off topic.
I know what you're saying. Like that. I know it's not wrong. It knows its literal meaning, but I'm talking about because us, the creators of it, don't have a meaning, right? And this whole life that we live in, this like universe, if its existence is meaningless, that too, the AI is meaningless as well.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying technically the Earth made us, you would say, right? Technically it did. It made like what we like evolved into.
Sure.
Microorganisms to
Right.
full
So does that
fully
mean the Earth has no meaning? Like it goes there, blow up? Because I would
kind
say
of just
it
there.
kind of doesn't. It just sits there, right?
It's just an
Like
after effect
our
of like
sun. The only meaning of our sun is to like heat things, and then it blows up.
It
keep us
doesn't
in
that
orbit.
the sun doesn't even have a purpose either, Grant.
Yeah, I
Everything's
know.
a
I'm just saying it
byproduct
just
of
heats
other
things.
things.
Yeah. So like, I guess you could say that like nothing just.
We're all just after effects of the Big Bang, dog.
The Big Bang could have been an after effect of something, but we don't know.
That's even crazier thinking. That makes you even think more.
Wow, really?
Wow.
No, okay, but we're straying off from the actual topic. In your guys' opinions, like
Does
your
that make
moral
you
standards, what makes you human?
I
Jesus.
don't know, dude.
Dude, I
Come on.
don't
So
know.
Riley, if you're a computer, right? Like I keep saying, would you consider yourself still human?
If I
Like
thought
your
I was, then
consciousness was
probably.
just. I don't think that would make you human anymore.
No, just like okay, say you PJ, right now, tomorrow you get in a car accident, knock on wood,
And then my consciousness.
and you wake up and you're inside a robotic body, like a whole computer, a whole ass computer, dude.
A
But you don't
whole
have the
computer.
A whole.
you don't have the intelligence of a computer because it's your consciousness. You're just brain plugged into that somehow. Would you still consider yourself human?
No, probably
No.
not.
So you would consider yourself
Oh,
AI
dude, I
without
don't.
having artificial intelligence, though.
Okay.
If we get down to definitions, artificial intelligence is just something with fake intelligence. Like
I think I would have the consciousness of a human, but I
Right.
would no longer exist as a human.
I
I
kind of think like I don't really know where to stand, to be honest. But I kind of think that like if you're born human, that's what makes you human.
So it's like a moral thing for you.
I think, yeah. Because like I said, say you die, right? Your brain gets put into like a computer, but a different computer's like intelligence gets put into your body after they fix it and everything. Would we consider that AI human because it has a human body and acts human in every sort of way? And technically, its like genes inside it are human, but its just brain is not human.
Why would it need genes if it's
Because like, think of it. Lots of people say no, it has genes because like it's in your body. But here's the thing: a lot of people say to be human, it's like the freedom of free thought, I guess.
what?
Like
The
when it gets down
freedom
to like
of free thought.
the like, right? You know what I'm talking about. We've talked about this. Like when you like Blade Runner, Riley.
What about it?
Don't some people in there like they're robotic, but they can't like do their own free thought.
Oh, they don't have free will, is what you're saying.
Yeah, free will, I guess.
I guess, sure.
Yeah, so a lot of people say it's
Oh,
free
so
will.
you're saying what it means to be alive and to be human is to have free will and free thinking.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe in free will?
What do you mean?
I mean, technically, yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but there's
Keep talking.
consequences because us humans and like just life in general has like laws, you know? Like if we want to go shoot someone right now, yeah, we could, but we get in trouble for it.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Right.
Can you make a decision free of any other influence from your past, from your environment, or from anything of that sort?
Damn, probably not.
Okay, so then you don't really have free thought, then, or free will, then, because
Yeah.
everything you do is basically based on something like exterior to yourself. You can't just like conjure up something just completely random.
Damn. Yeah, I guess you're right, huh? Shit.
I don't think free will in like
So you can make decisions, but you just take like support from like other things.
yeah, for example, like I guess for example, somebody with like social anxiety or whatever, they're given the choice to go to a party or stay home. Based on their past experiences with like going to parties or hanging out with other people and stuff like that are generally negative, and it gives them like bad thoughts and feelings. They're more likely going to stay at home than they are to go out and party. As well as like a bunch of other things. Maybe it's cold out, or maybe it's this or that. All these things have an influence on what their decision will ultimately be. If you're able to perfectly measure everything around this person, every thought, every experience, everything that they've like just seen, not even all their thoughts, but everything they've just experienced, is you probably could almost guarantee that you know what decision they'll make in any situation.
So basically, free will in your definition is like when someone asks you to like someone asks you or fuck, can I like form a sentence? Okay, you make a decision without like any thought. Is what you're saying. Like nothing that can.
Not necessarily without any thought, but without any outside influence. Whether it be of yourself or of the environment and stuff like that. With like literally just making a decision just out of the blue.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think it's like even hard to explain because it just doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like everything has something that yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm hungry as hell.
We're probably gonna wrap up here in a bit anyways. This has been going on for
Yeah.
like an hour.
It's been going on for an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like every single time I cut the stream, it was been like about 20 minutes. So 20 times 360, that's about an hour.
Look. Damn. So who's doing or like doing the editing or whatever?
I will. Yeah, it's like it's not much. All I have to do is put the clips together.
Yeah. But then, are we gonna put on like SoundCloud and shit like that?
If you want me to, I can.
I think that'd be cool. Probably better. I don't know. I don't know.
Lagging
Just like
again.
man, I don't know. We gotta come up with better topics though. Fucking gay bomb is the first one. That's
Gay bomb. Oh my god. I don't know why you brought it up. I told him not to. I'm like, this is a stupid topic. It's not gonna go anywhere. He's like, I want to talk about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's
yeah.
lagging again. What the
Yeah, it's
fuck?
lagging. Might as well just end it here. Fuck it.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm gonna have to figure this shit out. I don't know why it's lagging so much.
It's doo doo. Oh, where the hell did Grant go though?
I feel like my CPU is working way harder than it should.
Yeah, I think you're toast.
Uh, maybe I should just use normal OBS next time.
Did you build your computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dog.
Alright.
Get a water cooling system.
I need a new CPU. That's what I think I need. If I'm gonna stream, at least. I'm not. I'm probably not gonna do that though. So we're okay. Should we just end it here? I mean, Grant's not here anymore.
Yeah,
don't know what
fuck it.
happened to
We'll
him.
end it here. What
Alright.
did this dude even? Alright.
We're
Deuces stream.
this is where we are ending the the Kinsman podcast.
Probably the whole idea of the podcast thing ends today.
Yeah, this is probably the first and last episode of this shitty ass podcast.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
And
thanks for enjoying and whatnot.
if you
it.
enjoyed.
Feel free to like and subscribe. Bye.